Hello, I'm David Ospina. I'm a film student, and I'm interviewing Patricia Medina.
My name is Patricia Medina, and I'm currently a student. Okay, well, visual arts plays a big part in the film industry as we're usually very creative people, and so that role of visual arts comes into play when we're working on different projects or productions, and so it's very important to have a sense of vision in whatever project it is that you might be working on. I believe that it's very positive because of the fact that we're able to get everything instantly, that we can basically decide whether or not we like something or whether the client wants to change something, and we don't have to worry about waiting weeks or months to change something and then decide, oh, well, I don't really like this, so please change it. And some examples, I guess it would just be in terms of technology, like we have many different types of software that help us see it instantly, and even if we don't like it, it's still there. We can have it as a entity to be able to see and say yes or no. Very popular ones would have to be kind of like sex sells, so any type of skin or anything like that. And advertising is basically posted all over the place, or anything that would make us be more attractive or would basically make us feel better about ourselves, even though most of the images that we see are photoshopped. So what we're actually seeing is not the real thing. It's very fake. And unfortunately, society and some people take it to heart and think that that's what they need to look like or what they need to be, or they need to have a better job or a better car. And it really doesn't need to be that way, because people should just be happy with the way that they are. But unfortunately, that's not the society that we live in. Everybody thinks that bigger is better and you need more to be better. And so that's one of the images, or some of the images, that are reoccurring throughout society today. The industry has created the notion of a perfect family as being a mom and a dad, 2 kids, a dog, and the really pretty, very nice house. And unfortunately, that's not always the case. There could be 2 dads, 2 moms, single parents. There's not always a perfect life, and that's okay, because none of us are perfect. Another thing that we see a lot in the industry is that all men and all women are very attractive. They're thin, they're tall, they all wear the nicest clothes. And again, that's not the world that we live in. If you're fortunate enough to live in that, great, but most of us don't fit into that category. And so I think it's kind of unfair for other people to see that, because then they start to feel bad about themselves because they don't think that they are good enough when they actually are. That's one of the images that is seen a lot in this industry. Well, my favorite visual artist would have to be Walt Disney, just because I grew up with it, and I think that the animation that he created is just unbelievable. And I love animation, but I also love Hayao Miyazaki style, which is anime, but it's just the way that they take so much time and energy into making what they are basically films, but just the time and energy and effort made into making these, it's not just immediately. It takes them years to make the film that we are able to see. And so I love animation. I also love painting and sculpture as well. Well, growing up, I always went to museums and I traveled around with my parents. So as a family, we've always been very cultured. And because of that, I think it's tapped into my creative nature. And being in this industry, you have to be able to be creative to come up with new ideas and new visions for different things. Well, especially with Walt Disney, that would be my ultimate goal, to be as influential, and he has inspired me a lot in this industry, and I want to become just as great as he was, and to make something great out of any idea or project that I could ever hope to be a part of.